What's up guys, and welcome to another video. I hope you enjoyed my previous vlogs, and if you haven't seen them yet, go and check them out. You can see how I got on visiting Dublin, Villamora, and also the amazing Gran Canaria. If like me, you love to travel and you love to feel good, then there's nothing more important than making sure that you eat properly. Now what I'm not going to do is try and tell you what to eat, because I'm not one of those stupid annoying videos, but what I am going to do is tell you the foods to avoid, because if you're just to avoid certain foods, you'll find that your diet will improve enormously. By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly which foods to steer clear of in order to keep your mind, your body and your soul healthy. Right, so straight in at number 10 is chicken nuggets. You would think, wouldn't you, that a chicken nugget is pretty innocent, but the reality is actually quite different. You might have just hit the gym and you're after a nice post-workout snack, or you might just want something fast and you think, oh yeah, great, I'll have chicken nuggets because it's got chicken in it and therefore it's got protein in it. But they're actually full of all sorts of these nasty bulking agents to make them larger and make them look better. Chicken nuggets pretty much were just created by the devil himself, so avoid them at all costs unless they're homemade or they're being made specifically by the restaurant that you're eating in. In at number 9 is, unfortunately for those who have got a bit of a sweet tooth, donuts. We all love the taste of donuts, but believe me, longer term, your body and your heart absolutely hates donuts because they're packed full of trans and saturated fats, and whilst some donuts can be okay on the calories, they have pretty much zero nutritional value and are just completely full of sugar. Just don't bother with them. Right, let's talk about processed meats. So studies show that processed meats such as sausages and bacon are actually jammed full of chemical additives and nitrates, which make the products look more appealing so that they sell more, but the worst part is that they're actually made up of loads of unwanted leftover animal parts and also large quantities of fats and salt. What's more, there is actually a direct link between eating these kind of products and really quite serious health issues and diseases. So do your body and your heart a favour and just never eat these again. They will not do you any good. So whilst this one isn't technically food, it's important that it makes it onto the list. So fizzy drinks. Fizzy drinks cause osteoporosis, tooth decay, and of course heart disease. They're often the main root cause of many cases of obesity and are created as a commercial entity to sell to people that don't understand the impact that it has on their health. Popular fizzy drinks will generally contain about 10 teaspoons of sugar, believe it or not, and you might be thinking, oh well, that's okay, I'll just drink the diet version instead. But these diet versions, they're actually loaded with artificial sweeteners which are just as bad for you. So stick to natural drinks, stick to fruit juices, stick to water. Your body will absolutely thank you in the long run. So waking up and grabbing cereals is pretty much second nature for a lot of people, right? But this might make you think twice. Cereals are often rammed full of preservatives, flavourings, dyes, and high volumes of sugar, and these things make them more attractive and make them last longer in your cupboard. However, studies by the American Diabetic Association show that cereals marketing to kids often contain more sugar, more calories, more carbs, and more sodium compared to other cereals which are aimed at adults. How horrendous is that? If you must have cereals, then go for the low sugar, high fibre ones if you can. Avoid the ones that are in any way marketed to kids. In at number 4 is tinned soup. So personally, I absolutely love the taste of tinned soups, but they're not good for you. I especially love chunky ones that are full of like chicken, beef and veg. But the truth is they contain loads of salt. Now, this salt dehydrates you without you realising, and if you have it late at night, it will dehydrate you throughout the night whilst you're asleep. So just bear in mind that that innocent looking tin of soup is often not quite as innocent as you might think. One of the most unhealthy foods ever created in the history of the planet is pork scratchings. These are made from deep fried pig skin, which is then covered in salt and deep fat fried. And if you're really lucky, you might get a pork scratching that's still got the hairs attached. So normally the hair is removed by burning the skin quickly before it's cut up and thrown in the deep fat fryer, but often some of the hairs will still remain. These things are absolutely horrendous for you in every single way, shape and form. Do not ever eat a pork scratching ever again. Whilst tasting amazing, cheesy chips are not doing you any favours. So I'm talking about the ones where they've got either cheese sauce or grated cheese on them that's been melted. These are incredibly high in calories, salt and fat. An average portion of fries without the cheese comes in at about 420 calories, but if you add just 100 grams of cheese on top, then it adds an extra 400 calories, and the cherry on top is an additional 35 grams of fat. Avoid, avoid, avoid. Which brings me to number one on the list, which is fried desserts. So these might look and taste amazing, but believe me when I say they are actually from the depths of hell. These desserts, especially the ones that are coated in batter, are hideously high in sugars and fats. So eating these will directly clog up your arteries, it will give you a stroke, it will give you diabetes, or a heart attack if you continue eating them over time. So there we have it, the foods to avoid at all costs. If this video helps just one single person, then it's all worthwhile. Now, this looks scary, but there are loads of amazing foods out there which are really highly nutritious. Just make sure that you avoid the ones that I've mentioned. If you're looking to make healthier choices and educate yourself further on food, then I'd recommend a book called Good Food, Eat Well. It's loaded full of cheap and healthy options, and the best bit is it's only a £5. So what I'll do is add a link in the description for you so you can go and pick up a copy. Make sure you order one today. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like, give it a comment, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next one.